Hello again, and welcome to my podcast for Single Girl in a Virtual World. What does a 21st century feminist look like? This week, I want to continue talking about beauty and self-image, body image, and specifically about tattoos and piercings. I had a really interesting visit about 2 weeks ago. I went to a tattoo parlor in Asheville called... Had to look at the bumper sticker. Man's Ruin. I'll show you the bumper sticker. Where it says, I moaned like a porn star at Man's Ruin. And had a really good experience. Went with some friends that got some tattoos and some piercings. And it's really interesting because... these friends are not goth chicks. They're not lesbians. They're not badasses, motorcycle chicks. They're like normal people with kids and families and normal day jobs and things like that. And I just think it's really interesting talking about tattoos and piercings as a way of self-expression, of body art. Some people may see it as self-mutilation, or... ways in which to sort of make themselves maybe more attractive or less attractive. I don't know. You decide. You tell me. I mean, certainly tattoos have their history in sort of badassness, military, motorcycle gangs, criminals, so to speak. And now they're sort of everywhere. They're popular on all of our pop stars. They're on celebrities. Accountants, people that have normal day jobs, though you can't see them. They're cloaked by our clothes and hidden from public view until we want to show them. But I've got some friends. I have a friend of mine that's a lawyer, and by day, Mr. Armani suit. By night, he's goth guy, and his entire back is covered with tattoos. And Man's Ruin is a really interesting place. It's fantastic. It's one of the best tattoo parlors I've ever been in, and really clean. The artistry is amazing. I mean, you could go in and kind of choose whatever you want, and they can draw something up. My sister had a tattoo done there. They fix tattoos, so if you had one that was kind of botched up, and this isn't an advertisement for Man's Ruin, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's such a unique artistry that has grown into popular culture, and it doesn't really seem like it's much of an issue anymore, but evidently it is. I posted it on my Facebook and got quite a bit of comments from people and who were sort of weighing in on what they thought about tattoos and piercings, whether or not they felt, again, it was sort of a self-mutilation, or if it was something that was attractive, or something that was realizing an inner beauty outwardly. I have several tattoos. They're all expressions of myself, particular times of my life, periods of my life that I went through that represent that struggle or represent that coming through on the other side. So they're very personal tattoos. They're very personal pieces of art for myself, and they always get comments when people see them, which is interesting. And I guess it kind of just depends on what part of the country you're in. I've got friends in the UK that have them and don't really have much problems, but it's interesting how they sort of run into subgroups. And certainly out in California, it's not really that big of a deal, but on the South and East Coast, depending on if you're North or South, it also kind of weighs a little bit differently in terms of people's initial perception of you or initial idea of you. So I'd like to get your weigh in on what you think about tattoos and piercings and self-body image. Do you think it's okay? Do you think it should be regulated more? Do you think it should have, it does have parental consent. You have to be 18 to have a piercing or a tattoo now. But do you think even at that age that it's still too young? Or do you think... I don't know. What do you think? So that's the question for this week, and I look forward to hearing your results. Please check out the trailer to the film and also the Facebook group for Single Girl in a Virtual World, and be a part of the film, participate in the film, and I look forward to seeing you online. See ya!